Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Mariana, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss out on these deep dives into human psychology, relationships, and the hidden signals people send every day. Today, we're tackling a topic that's equal parts fascinating, confusing, and incredibly common. Signs a married woman likes you, but is hiding it. Have you ever walked away from an interaction feeling like there was something unspoken in the air? Maybe a lingering look that lasted just a bit too long, a laugh that felt a little too genuine, a little too warm, or a conversation that dragged on way longer than it needed to, and neither of you wanted to end it. Those moments can leave you second guessing everything. Was that just friendliness? Was she simply being polite? Or was there something more beneath the surface? Now picture this. The person sending those vibes is married. Suddenly, everything gets more layered, more intense, and way more complicated. The stakes feel higher, the signals become harder to read, and you're left wondering if you're imagining things or if there's truly something real happening. In this video, I'm going to unpack the subtle, often unconscious signals a married woman might give when she's attracted, but desperately trying to keep it under wraps. We'll break down the psychology behind why this happens, the body language cues that reveal hidden interest, the verbal patterns that slip through, and even the mixed messages that scream internal conflict. But before we jump in, let me be crystal clear about something important. This isn't about chasing drama, crossing lines, or disrespecting anyone's marriage. I want to emphasize that strongly. This is purely about awareness, understanding human emotions, decoding nonverbal cues, and seeing relationships through a clearer, more informed lens. Knowledge like this can actually help you navigate life with more empathy, more maturity, and more emotional intelligence. When you understand what's really going on beneath the surface, you can make better decisions for yourself and treat others with greater compassion. If you're ready to have your eyes open to these hidden dynamics, smash that like button now. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to keep creating content like this for you. And drop a comment below. Have you ever picked up on these kinds of signals? I'd love to hear your experiences. Let's get into it. First things first. Why does this even happen? Why would a married woman who presumably made a lifelong commitment, who stood at an altar and said, "I do," start developing feelings or showing interest in someone else? Here's the truth I want you to understand, and I say this as someone who has studied human behavior extensively. Marriages aren't perfect fairy tales. They're real, messy, complicated human connections that evolve and change over time. The wedding day is just the beginning. After the honeymoon phase fades, couples enter the long journey of building a life together. And that journey includes challenges, monotony, miscommunications, and sometimes emotional distance that grows slowly without either partner noticing. Psychologically speaking, one of the biggest drivers of outside attraction is unmet emotional needs. This is something I see again and again when studying relationship dynamics. Maybe she's feeling emotionally neglected. Not necessarily in a dramatic, overtly unhappy marriage way. It's often far more subtle than that. It shows up in small, everyday moments that accumulate over time. Perhaps her husband is consumed by work, constantly distracted by his phone, or mentally checked out even when he's physically present. Maybe he stopped asking about her day with genuine curiosity. Maybe the compliments dried up years ago. Maybe she can't remember the last time he truly listened to her without interrupting or offering unsolicited solutions. Humans are fundamentally wired for connection. We need to feel seen, heard, valued, and appreciated. It's not a luxury, it's a core psychological need. And when that primary bond with a spouse feels starved, even small gestures from someone else can light up those neglected parts of her brain like a Christmas tree. It could be as innocent as you remembering her favorite coffee order from last week, noticing she got a new haircut and actually commenting on it with genuine appreciation, or asking thoughtful follow-up questions about something she mentioned in passing 3 conversations ago. These little acts of attention and presence stand out enormously when they're missing at home. They make her feel alive again. They remind her what it feels like to be noticed. Attraction isn't always about fireworks, physical chemistry, or romantic movie moments. Sometimes it's emotional oxygen. It's breathing again after feeling suffocated. It's finally being seen after years of feeling invisible. But let's not oversimplify this. Other factors play significant roles as well. Boredom in routine can create restlessness. When every day feels the same, when predictability replaces passion, the mind naturally wanders toward novelty and excitement. A midlife reflection on identity and desires is common. As people age, they often question whether their current life matches who they've become. She might be asking herself deep questions about fulfillment, purpose, and what she truly wants. Stress can make anyone seek comfort wherever they can find it. Life pressures, whether from work, family responsibilities, health concerns, or financial worries, can push someone toward anyone who offers relief and understanding. And there's also the simple, powerful thrill of feeling desired again. After years of being primarily identified as the wife or the mom, being seen as an attractive, interesting individual can feel intoxicating. The key point here is this: these feelings can emerge without her consciously wanting to blow up her life. She's not scheming or planning an affair. She's simply human, experiencing emotions she didn't ask for and doesn't know how to handle. That's precisely why the signals are so hidden. She's fighting them too. There's an internal battle happening that you can't see. Guilt versus desire, loyalty versus longing, the life she built versus the feelings she can't control. Now, here's an important disclaimer I want you to really absorb. Friendliness is not flirtation. Many women are naturally warm, engaging, empathetic, and kind to everyone they encounter. Some people simply have nurturing personalities that make others feel special. The difference between friendliness and hidden attraction lies in consistency, focus, and intensity directed specifically at you. Is her energy noticeably dialed up only around you? Does she treat others the same way? Or is there a clear shift when you enter the room? Does her whole demeanor change when it's just the two of you? We'll dive deeper into how to spot that distinction as we continue. If this is resonating with you already, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I've got tons more content on reading people, attraction psychology, and maintaining healthy boundaries coming up. Body language secrets, eye contact, grooming, mirroring, and proximity. Let's move to the juicy part now, the actual signs you can observe. They say actions speak louder than words, and when it comes to hidden attraction, body language is the loudest whisper you'll ever hear. It's communication that bypasses the conscious mind entirely. These cues are often completely subconscious. She might not even realize she's doing them. Her body is responding to attraction before her mind has time to filter or control it. But once you know what to look for, these signals become impossible to unsee. If she's holding your gaze longer than normal, those extra 2 or 3 seconds that feel electric and meaningful, pay attention. Or if you catch her glancing at you from across the room multiple times, only to look away quickly when your eyes finally meet, that's a classic indicator. Eye contact is primal. It's how our ancestors signaled interest, connection, and trust without words. Our brains are hardwired to interpret sustained eye contact as significant. But because she's hiding her attraction, she'll often break the eye contact with a shy smile, a quick hair flip, or pretending to check her phone. She'll create an excuse for why she was looking, but the looking itself tells the real story. Watch for the double take, that moment when her eyes drift back to you even after she's looked away. And if you're close enough, notice whether her pupils dilate slightly when she looks at you. That's pure biology betraying her hidden feelings. When you're nearby, does she suddenly smooth her hair, adjust her necklace or earrings, fix her shirt collar, lightly touch her neck, collarbone, or lips? These are automatic responses rooted deep in evolutionary psychology. She's instinctively making herself more presentable because, on a subconscious level, she cares what you think of her appearance. It's not vanity, it's attraction signaling at its most primal. Her body is saying, I want to look good for you, even while her conscious mind might be screaming at her to stop. Combine these grooming behaviors with a slight blush creeping across her cheeks or a nervous laugh that escapes before she can contain it, and the picture gets much clearer. Posture tells its own powerful story that most people never learn to read. Is she angling her body toward you, even when others are present? In a group conversation, is she leaning in during your words specifically? Are her feet pointed in your direction? Are her arms uncrossed, relaxed, and open? Open posture screams engagement, comfort, and receptivity. It's her body saying she's interested in what you have to offer. Conversely, watch what happens when others join the conversation. If she suddenly crosses her arms, turns her body away, creates physical distance, or checks her phone, that contrast is incredibly telling. She's protecting her secret by shutting down the open signals when there's an audience. This is a sneaky one that happens completely below conscious awareness. Does she unconsciously copy your gestures and movements? You sip your drink, she sips hers moments later. You lean back in your chair, she mirrors the same posture. You touch your face, she touches hers. That's rapport building on autopilot. It's a powerful sign that her brain is syncing with yours, creating a sense of connection and harmony. Mirroring is one of the most reliable indicators that someone feels positively toward you. Don't overlook proximity. Does she find ways to get physically closer to you without it seeming obvious or intentional? Maybe she consistently chooses the seat next to you when there are other options available. Maybe she stands just a little closer than strictly necessary during conversations. Maybe she accidentally brushes past you, and that contact lingers for a fraction of a second longer than it should. These proximity plays are rarely coincidental. Physical closeness is a fundamental way humans express interest and connection. These nonverbal cues are incredibly powerful precisely because words can lie, but the body rarely does. Our bodies reveal what our minds try to hide. Pay attention to clusters of these behaviors. If you notice 3 or more happening together repeatedly, it's rarely coincidence. One sign might mean nothing. Multiple signs pointing in the same direction create a pattern worth noticing. Now let's shift to how she talks, or sometimes doesn't talk with you. When interest is hidden beneath layers of guilt and propriety, conversations become a minefield of subtle reveals. You ask a casual surface-level question like, "How's your day going?" And suddenly you're hearing about her childhood dreams, her current frustrations with life, her fears about the future, or vulnerabilities she doesn't share with just anyone. This isn't normal chit-chat. This is her craving genuine connection and unconsciously testing whether you'll listen without judgment. She's offering pieces of herself to see if you'll hold them carefully. When someone shares more than the social situation requires, they are signaling trust and interest. They are inviting you into their inner world. She recalls that offhand comment you made weeks ago about your favorite band. She remembers your allergy to nuts that you mentioned once in passing. She brings up how you hate Monday mornings like it's important information she stored carefully. "Hey, I saw that band you mentioned is touring nearby. Did you manage to get tickets?" That kind of recall shows investment. Her brain is actively filing away facts about you because you occupy space in her thoughts. She's paying attention to you in ways that go beyond casual acquaintance. Instead of surface-level comments like, "Nice shirt," or "You look good today," her compliments hit deeper. "You always have such thoughtful ideas. I really admire the way you think. You're incredibly good at making people feel heard and valued. There's something about your energy that just makes conversations better." These compliments target your personality, your effort, your essence. They feel intimate and personal. They show she's been observing you closely and appreciating qualities that aren't immediately obvious. Watch her tone when she delivers these compliments. Does her voice soften? Does she lower her volume slightly, creating an intimate bubble? Does she pause afterward to gauge your reaction? Light ribbing that feels flirty but remains technically deniable often appears. She might gently mock something you said, then immediately soften it with a warm smile that says she's just playing. And if she laughs extra hard at your jokes, especially the ones that aren't even that funny, that's endorphin-fueled bonding happening in real time. She wants to share positive emotional experiences with you. The warmth in her voice, the way she lingers on your name when she says it, the way conversations stretch far beyond their natural endpoint because neither of you wants to stop talking. All of these point to her enjoying your energy more than she should admit to herself or anyone else. Effort is perhaps the clearest giveaway of hidden attraction. She's actively, though perhaps unconsciously, creating opportunities to be near you. She coincidentally shows up at events you attend. She walks by your workspace more frequently than makes logical sense. She joins projects or committees you're involved with. She asks for your help or advice on matters she could easily handle herself. These aren't random accidents of fate. They're calculated proximity plays, even if she's not fully aware she's making them. Suddenly, shared interests appear out of nowhere. You mention loving photography, and within weeks, she's asking for camera recommendations and posting artistic shots online. You recommend a podcast, and she not only listens to it, but brings it up in conversation to discuss with you. It's her building bridges between your worlds without explicitly saying, "I want to spend more time with you." The plausible deniability is maintained, but the pattern is clear. Here's where it gets really revealing: the contradictions. In private settings or one-on-one conversations, she's warm, engaged, present, even vulnerable. She shares things, laughs easily, maintains eye contact, and seems genuinely happy to be talking with you. But at an audience, especially if her husband, co-workers, or mutual friends are present, and she completely flips. Suddenly, she's distant, formal. She avoids eye contact with you specifically. Her answers become short and clipped. She might even seem cold. This hot-cold switch screams guilt and fear of exposure. She's terrified that someone will notice what she's been trying so hard to hide. She might withdraw abruptly if someone approaches during your conversation. There's a sudden topic change, an excuse to leave, or overcompensating by being extra chatty with others to deflect attention from you. Or she overcorrects dramatically in public. She becomes overly polite, almost stiff. She calls you sir or uses your last name when she'd normally use your first. She avoids the nicknames or inside jokes you've developed. Even with all the signs pointing in one direction, she'll never say it outright. If you hint at what seems to be happening, she deflects with humor. She changes the subject smoothly. She denies everything while her body language contradicts her words. Ambiguity is her shield. Plausible deniability protects her from having to confront what she's feeling. These mixed signals aren't games or manipulation. They're internal warfare made visible. Attraction versus loyalty. Desire versus duty. What she feels versus what she believes is right. So what do you actually do if you're recognizing these patterns in your life? Let me offer you some guidance grounded in integrity and emotional maturity. Her marriage is real. There are real people involved, including potentially children, extended family, and entire social networks that could be devastated. Fantasizing privately is one thing. Acting on attraction is something else entirely with real consequences. Ask yourself honestly, does pursuing this align with the person I want to be? Is this consistent with my values? Are you unconsciously feeding the attraction with extra attention, prolonged conversations, or special treatment? Sometimes we encourage situations without realizing it. If needed, step back deliberately. Reduce one-on-one time. Keep conversations lighter and more surface level. Set mental limits for yourself about what you will and won't engage in. Something simple like, I really enjoy our conversations, but I think it's important we keep things professional and friendly. Clarity protects everyone involved, including you, including her, including people who aren't even aware this dynamic exists. There are people available who can offer you genuine connection without the ethical tangles, the guilt, and the potential for causing real harm to others. To wrap this up, the signs we've discussed today, from lingering eye contact and grooming behaviors to deep conversations, remarkable effort, strategic proximity, and confusing mixed signals, all reveal hidden attraction rooted in unmet emotional needs and fundamental human complexity. People are complicated, emotions don't follow rules, attraction doesn't ask permission before it appears. But awareness of these dynamics isn't permission to act on them. Understanding what's happening doesn't make pursuing it right. Respect, ethics, empathy, and self-control matter most in these situations. The ability to recognize what's happening and still choose the honorable path is a mark of true emotional maturity. If this video helped you decode something happening in your life or simply made you think differently about human behavior and relationships, hit that like button. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts or experiences. Please, no names or identifying specifics, but I'd love to hear your perspective. Share this video with a friend who might need this insight, and subscribe to my channel for more psychology breakdowns, relationship truths, and practical wisdom for navigating this complicated human experience. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming. I've got more eye-opening content dropping very soon. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm Dr. Mariana, and I appreciate you spending this time with me. Stay aware, stay respectful, stay true to your values, and I'll see you in the next one.